Hey guys, Mike here from Lunch Money Comics. Today I'm at Holy Moly Comics in Northampton, Massachusetts, one of my local comic book stores. Let's head in and see what they got. All right guys, I got some pretty cool comic books. I can't wait to go home and show you guys what I got. So that was Holy Moly's Comics and Collectibles in Northampton, Massachusetts. They're one of my local comic book stores. I've been going there for years. It's owned by a lovely couple, Tony and Corinne, just great people. Shout out to them. Also shout out to Joe, who is a fixture at the store. Hey Joe. Like I said, it's a local comic book store. I've been going there for a long time, but they recently moved locations. They're still in Northampton, but they used to have their old spot was like really small, had a small floor space, and they couldn't put out all their inventory. So they got this new location, which you can tell from the footage is actually in a basement. And they have a lot more room now. However, and Tony wanted me to mention this if I brought them up on the channel, they're still setting everything up. So they're open, you can go down there, but they're constantly going through their old inventory, these old long boxes, and putting out new stuff. And they still haven't gone through all of it. However, it's really cool when a store does this because as they go through these old long boxes, they're rediscovering gems from like 20 years ago. Case in point, I got a couple of comic books that Tony just found a couple of hours before. Really, really great stuff. So it's kind of fun to visit these stores when they're, rediscovering all this old stuff. I also want to point out this new location gives them another benefit. For the first time in their existence, they can actually have special events. So once again, when everything's set up, they want to start having special events, and they're going to start with the first Saturdays of every month. So at the time of this video premiering, the next first Saturday will be April 1st, April Fool's Day, and they actually have a local comic book creator who's going to be there. It's Hero Shack. So if you're in Western Massachusetts, the Pioneer Valley, or the picturesque and awesome city of Northampton, Massachusetts, definitely stop by Holy Moly's Comics as usual, I will put a link down in the description to their website so you can check out not only their location, but whatever special events they end up have going on. Now, the day I was there, I was very cognizant of the fact that I had just hit 4,000 subscribers. People who have been watching my channel for a while know that I've been trying to do giveaways every 1,000 subscribers. However, I can't keep up. Thanks to all of you, I've been hitting thousands and more subscribers every, 6 weeks or so. Blows my mind. I'm not complaining at all, guys. My humblest and sincerest thanks to everyone who watches the channel, especially those who have subscribed and have been following me from the start. Blows my mind. I can't believe we're talking about this. The very least I can do as a thank you to all of you is to do free comic book giveaways, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So stay tuned to the end of the video to see how you can win some free comic books from Holy Moly's Comics in Northampton, Massachusetts. Like I said, guys, I can't even keep up. At the time I'm filming this, I think I'm at 4,500, so I'm probably going to have a 5,000 giveaway very soon. Again, blows my mind. Thank you so much to every single one of you. So before I show you guys what I got and what we're giving away, you know the drill. If you like this sort of stuff, go down, hit that like button, leave me a comment. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't and help me get to 5,000. And of course, follow me on Instagram under Lunch Money Comics IG. So first up is sort of a silly comic book. Like I said, they're still going through the inventory. Most of it's in long boxes and sort of disorganized, but they have so much stuff that they had plastic containers on the floor, comic books tossed in there that they haven't even gone through yet. And they have this plastic tote right near the front counter. I asked Tony if I could go through them. He said, sure. None of them were priced, but I found a couple of comic books I was very interested in. And the first one is very silly. This is What the number 10. That's actually the name of the series, What the, and this is the Christmas special from 1990. There's a couple of cool things about this book. One, the art is by John Byrne, one of my favorite comic book artists because of all of his X-Men work, but also, this is kind of a book full of comedy. There's a whole bunch of different stories in here, and they're all just silly, right? And in one of the stories, there is a whole bunch of TV and, movie characters that are not comic book related that make an appearance. And one of those characters is Bart Simpson. So The Simpsons came out right before this issue, and that means that this is the first appearance of Bart Simpson in a comic. Not that big of a deal, but how do I know that little fact? Well, when I was at Brimfield Flea Market last year, I made a video on it, and I passed by this book in the footage, and several of my viewers commented down below and said, I missed the first appearance of Bart Simpson. It's been locked in my brain ever since. So when I saw this one, actually several of them in that box, I had to pick it up. I got it for $1. So happy to get the first appearance of Bart Simpson in comics for $1. In the same box, I found another comic book, one I talked about on my channel very recently, one of my favorite comic covers from the 1990s. It is Spawn number 9. It's from 1993. Of course, cover art by Todd McFarlane, written by Neil Gaiman, and this is the first appearance of the character Angela. Angela is a bounty hunter angel who acts as a foil to Spawn. Very cool character drawn by Todd McFarlane. I won't get into too much detail about this book. I talked about it in that last video. I will just say one of the most fascinating things about Angela is that there was a legal dispute between Neil Gaiman and Todd McFarlane regarding Angela that Neil Gaiman won, and when he came over to Marvel in the early 2010s, he brought Angela with him. Angela joined the Marvel Universe as a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was later revealed that she was Thor's long-lost sister. I love when characters, cross publications like that. Very cool. So Spawn, number 9. This is my second issue in a couple of weeks, so I think you guys know what I'm going to be doing with this one. Oh, I almost forgot. So we agreed on $8 for this book. I'm going to tell you guys what I paid for all of these. Actually, I'll tell you what the sticker price was for all of these. Just know that Tony gave me a 15% discount. So I don't know what I actually paid. I'll just tell you what the price was and just know I got it for less than that. Either way, I got a great deal on all of these. Case in point, this next one. I don't often show modern books on my channel. I do read modern comic books. And I was actually interested in reading the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow story, mostly because it was announced by James Gunn. They'd be using that story. So I was curious in checking it out. I've heard good things about it. I was going through the Supergirl box. I saw a whole bunch from that run. I just couldn't find the first issue. But I did find this, and I had to have it. This is Supergirl number 33 from 2019. This is the Derek Chew Virgin variant, and it's just a fantastic cover, guys. I love these modern DC covers, these full art covers. It's a higher cardstock. It has a glossy finish. Really great presenting books. They keep their condition really, really well. I saw this book. I had to have it. Thought it was fantastic. The best part was, there's a little colored sticker on the top, which meant that the price on it was whatever was printed, the original newsstand price. So originally this was $5, so I got it for that. Actually, I got it for less than that with a discount. Really cool comic book. The biggest reason I wanted to get this, though, was I thought my young daughter would really enjoy it. I'm trying to keep my kids, interested in comic books. I thought my daughter would love to see a powerful female superhero and a really cool cover. So I showed it to her and she loved it. She thought it was awesome for about 10 seconds, and then she completely lost interest and did not care. She didn't want to keep it. Oh well, I still think it's a really cool comic book. However, I don't collect Supergirl. I don't have many modern comic books, and I figured one of you out there would appreciate this a lot more than me. So you guessed it, this is going to be one of the giveaway books as well. Supergirl number 33, Derek Chew variant, very cool looking comic book for one of you. This is a pretty cool cover. So I've mentioned very recently on my channel how much I am into the Spectre. He's like my favorite DC character right now. I've been trying to collect him left and right. You see his first Silver Age appearance behind me. So I'm always looking for Spectre books. I couldn't find any at Holy Moly's Comics. They assured me they had them, but they were in one of those boxes they're still waiting to sort. So I did find this one, great cover with the Spectre on it, and I had to have it, sort of scratch the itch in the meantime. This is Weird Adventure Comics number 433 from 1974. The cover art is by Jim Aparo, and I don't think it has any key significance. It's just a really cool cover of the Spectre coming out of like a crystal ball, and I thought it would look really great up on my DC row on the wall behind me. Very cool comic book. Not in the best shape, but it was listed as $8, so I got it for less than that. Happy to pick it up for that price. Speaking of an $8 comic book of a character I like, people who watch my channel know I love Daredevil. I had to have this book. It's Daredevil number 130. It's from 1975, covered by Rich Buckler and Klaus Janson. There's some minor key significance here. It's the first appearance of Brother Zed, who I believe is the skeleton. That's not a real skeleton. That's a guy like in a skeleton suit. And I flipped through this book. It involves, voodoo and like human sacrifice and all that. And I'm pretty sure it's very culturally insensitive. You guys know, like the 60s and 70s, anything before that, were pretty bad about that sort of stuff. Still a very cool cover. I'm happy to add this to my collection. And I think the most notable thing here is that it's number 130. Issue number 131 is the first appearance of Bullseye. And the last page of this book has a text preview for Bullseye in the next issue. Pretty cool. So Daredevil number 130, once again, $8. I got it for less than that. Happy to add it to my Daredevil collection. So another series that I really like and I'm always looking for is Tomb of Dracula. And it just happens to be that Holy Moly's has a pretty good selection of like back issues and a pretty good run of Tomb of Dracula. So I'm always looking for them, and I found this book. It has some pretty cool key significance to the series, and I had to pick it up. This is Tomb of Dracula number 70 from 1979. Awesome gothic cover art by Gene Colan. And the significance here is that this is the last issue of Volume 1 of Tomb of Dracula. And it's because, spoiler alert, Dracula dies in this issue. Dracula is killed, but don't worry, it's a comic book death and he's undead to begin with, so he doesn't stay dead, obviously. Still, very cool comic book. I love Gene Colan. I like how he drew the Daredevil comics back in the Silver Age, and I love how he does these gothic covers in the Tomb of Dracula run. Really, really cool art. Now, this book here, I can't remember the original price. It was like $15 to $20, and I was very interested in my own collection. But when I was talking to Tony about giving some books away and mentioning them on the channel, he gave me this book. So, although I want this book, I'm going to give it to one of you lucky viewers. I'm adding this to the giveaway pile. So, very cool thing for Holy Moly's to do, to give me this book to give to one of you. He also gave me this cool t-shirt and a cool sticker, which I'm also going to throw in the box to whoever wins this. So, Tomb of Dracula, number 70, The Death of Dracula. Very, very cool Bronze Age book right there. Awesome. So, this next book will look familiar to most of you out there because it's a very famous early 90s Copper Age key. In all of its foily goodness, this is Venom Lethal Protector number 1 from 1992. Famous iconic cover art by Mark Bagley. And of course, this is the first issue of Venom's first solo series. People seem to love this comic book. Whenever I look at it, I just see 90s kitsch. Not that I'm knocking it. I have plenty of foil and chrome covered comic books that I got when I was 12 or 13 years old. I just never owned this book. So I was very pleasantly surprised to stumble upon not just this one, but a whole stack of them at Holy Moly's. He had them priced at $20 each, so I got this one for a little bit less. I mentioned earlier that, they keep rediscovering books. Well, Tony recently found a whole stack of these. So, if you're in Western Massachusetts and looking for one of these, they have a whole bunch of it at Holy Moly's. Head on down and pick one up for yourself. One really cool thing about this comic book I found out was that you see this very famous, red foil cover. Evidently, there were some errors in the printing process, and they printed a very small number of these with either a black background or a white one because the foil didn't get it put on correctly, and they're worth a small fortune. So keep your eyes peeled, guys, for any Venom Lethal Protector number 1s that look odd. It could be worth a lot of money. Now, originally, I wanted to add this to my collection. I brought it home. I got the highest condition one. I looked at it, and I'm like, man, this is like a 9.8 candidate. This is in beautiful shape. Happy to pick it up for the price I did. And then I started thinking, I think one of you might enjoy this more than me. So yes, Venom #1, Lethal Protector, in extremely high grade. I am going to give this to one of you as part of the giveaway. It's going in the giveaway pile, and I'm pretty happy to do so. There you go. So next up is a book I've never seen in the wild before, and I've always said, guys, if you see something you don't see very often and you can get it for a good price, it's worth picking up, and that's definitely the case here. This is V for Vendetta #1 from 1988. Of course, this is the first issue of the V for Vendetta graphic novel written by Alan Moore, art by David Lloyd. Originally, this was a storyline that was in black and white, serialized in the early 80s, but then DC's Vertigo imprint published this as a 10-part series in 1988 and 1989, and this is the first issue of that run. I think it's very famous. A lot of people know that it was turned into a movie in 2005 starring Natalie Portman and Hugo Weaving as V, and it's a very famous story about dystopian UK in the 1990s after a nuclear holocaust, in the 80s. Again, I've never seen this book before. I thought it was really cool. It's in a mid to high grade, and sticker price $20. Again, I got a discount on it. Thought it was a really cool comic book to pick up and add it to my collection. Now I'm kind of on the lookout for the other 9 issues. Who knows where I'll stumble upon them. I couldn't figure out which edition this was. I know there were lots of printings. Let me know down there, guys, if there's a way to figure it out quickly. I couldn't find anything in the text on the inside. So V for Vendetta #1 from 1988. Very cool pickup for my collection. And finally, we come to the last books. I got a Holy Moly Comics on this day. In addition to all of the back issues they have in all of the wall books, they also have a rack of limited series and anthologies packaged together. That's where I discovered this, and man, am I happy I did. I found the entire 9-part Secret Wars series by Jonathan Hickman in 2015. Although this shares a name with the original 1984 Secret Wars, it's a very different story. Has some similar story beats of Marvel characters being whisked away to another world to fight. The difference here is that this was a way to consolidate all of the different Marvel universes into one. In a lot of ways, it's similar to Crisis on Infinite Earths that DC did. But basically, you have the mainline Marvel 616 universe, but you also have the Ultimates universe. All these different multiverses collided in Battle World, and you have multiple iterations of characters all duking it out. And this is a storyline I've never read before, but I've always wanted to. I am a fan of Jonathan Hickman. And of course, people know it's been announced that there's going to be an Avengers Secret Wars movie coming out in a couple of years. And it's actually probably going to be based off of this Jonathan Hickman storyline here. So I was extremely happy to pick this up in general, but the best part was, if you look at the original price down here, the newsstand price, these were all $5 or $4. And if you would add these up, if you bought them off the rack, this would come out to be about $40. Well, he has a sticker price of $50, and he gave them to me for a discount. So I got these for only slightly more than if I was to buy them back in 2015 right off the rack. Very happy to pick up this entire storyline. Let me know down in the comments if you have read it. Although I haven't read the storyline, I know a lot of what happens in it. I know a lot of the repercussions. I think one of the most significant things that comes out of this whole storyline is that Miles Morales comes over to the main Marvel 616 universe. So very cool in that regard. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, guys, if you've read this series and what you think of picking this up. I think I got a fantastic deal on all 9 issues right here, and I'm very happy that I found these. Awesome, awesome, awesome pickup. Very excited. So we finally made it to our 4,000 subscriber giveaway. Once again, guys, the sincerest of thank yous to every single one of you out there, not just those of you who have subscribed, but anyone who's watched this channel or commented down below. It's just been fantastic engaging with everyone, the support I've gotten. I'm completely humbled by it. I can't believe we're here. But the least I can do is give away some comic books to one of you lucky viewers out there, and I love doing it. So let's talk about what I'm giving away. We have Spawn #9, the first appearance of Angela. We have this amazing Supergirl variant. We have Tomb of Dracula #70, The Death of Dracula. And yeah, I'm throwing it in. Venom Lethal Protector #1, an exceptionally high grade. 4 comic books for 4,000 subscribers. I'm very happy to give away these to one of my lucky viewers. If you want to win these, this is how you play. Just go down into the comments section and write anything you want. It can be your favorite comic book character. It can be your favorite comic book series. It can just be hi. It helps sometimes if I give you guys a theme, if you're stumped. So I'll say, give me your favorite non-DC, non-Marvel character. That would be fun. Whatever you write, just make sure you put hashtag 4000 at the end. What that does is it tells me that you want to win these books and you want me to send them to you. A few other rules. 1, you need to be subscribed. I do check that. Also, you can't be related to me or a friend of mine, and you can't have won before. In 6 days from when this premieres, which would be March 26th, it is a Sunday, I am going to use a random comment picker to check the comments in this video. As long as you're subscribed and you wrote hashtag 4000, you will be the winner. I will post a picture of myself holding the books and a screen capture of the winning comment. I will reply back to the comment saying that you won, and you can contact me one of two ways: via Lunch Money Comics IG on Instagram or on lunchmoneycomics@gmail.com. That is the only two ways I will contact you, and then we'll work out details of where I send these. It will be completely 100% free. There's no obligation whatsoever. I am sending these to you, free shipping and everything. Why am I telling you all of this? Because every time I've done a giveaway, scammers have targeted my channel. You guys know what I'm talking about. Basically, these people impersonate YouTubers. They even copy their logo and they tell people, you won something. And what they're trying to do is get someone to bite and pay them money for shipping to get the stuff. And they don't send them anything because it's not really the YouTuber. No YouTuber will charge you for shipping, guys. So that's your first red flag. If you ever go that far down the rabbit hole, they ask you to send them money, stop. It's not me. This is completely free. I am sending these to you completely free. So that's your first clue. Second clue, I only use Instagram and my email account. I do not use Telegram. So if they ever say text on Telegram, that's not me. So that's your second clue. Third clue, they use lots of emojis like confetti and stuff. I never use emojis. I'm too old for that stuff. And finally, and this blows my mind, I'm doing the giveaway. I'm announcing it on March 26th. It's a Sunday. If you see that you've won before that date, it's clearly not me. These scammers don't check to actually watch the videos, and they're really bad at knowing what the rules are. I will not announce it before March 26th, right? And when I do, again, it'll be in the picture. So if there's no post with the actual picture of the winner, then I haven't announced it yet. If you see any of those comments that are like that, do me and all of YouTube a favor. Click on the little 3 dots next to that comment and report it. What that will do is it'll block it from you and report it to YouTube so they can take it down. Also, notify me. If you're not sure, notify me on Instagram or via email and let me know. Thank you to all of you who are diligent. Usually these people target my channel at night while I'm sleeping. I wake up to 1 million messages and I can start working on blocking those from my channel. It just takes a bit of time. I appreciate people contacting me, but you do me a lot of favors if you guys just hit that report as a scam. It gets rid of it and just it saves me a step. So that's all I'm saying. Be diligent, guys. Look out for those scammers. I guarantee they're going to target this video. They always do. This is why we can't have nice things. But ignore the fake ones. Look for mine. You'll know it's me. Trust me, you'll know if it's real. And I'm excited to give these away to one of you guys. And hey, guys, if you don't win, don't get too bummed out because, as I mentioned, I'm working up pretty closely to 5,000 subscribers and I'll do another giveaway. So good luck to all of you. I'm really excited to give these away. I love doing it. It's a lot of fun. So there you go, guys. Some very successful comic book hunting at a local comic book store that is very near and dear to my heart. I love all the books I picked up, especially the Secret War series. Very excited about this. And of course, some awesome comic books to give away to one of my lucky viewers. Good luck to every single one of you. In the meantime, I hope you keep looking for comic books in strange and unusual places and your local comic book store. Thank you all so much for watching and for subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.